Hey everyone, it is Wednesday and I wanted to talk today about creating a legend. One of the things that we need to talk about is how we help kids set goals. As adults, if we set goals and we're trying to meet them, what do we do to reach our goals? The same thing with kids. What do we do with kids to help them set their goals? One of the things I talked about a couple days ago was resilience with kids and 5 things that you can do. And then yesterday I talked about resilience in your business. Today I want to talk about other things you can do as far as resilience with kids. When you look at a kid, do you see when they're resilient or not? Like, I'm a pitching coach, or when I go to watch my sons play ball, I watch the reactions of the kids. I can tell you which kid is resilient and which kid is not resilient. Some kids don't like change. Change is hard. To be resilient, you have to take the bad habits and replace them with good habits. So how do you teach them the good habits? So you have to focus on what was the bad habit and what you're going to do to teach your child to replace the bad habit with a good habit. So here's a good example. So let's say I go to a ball game and the kid's up to bat and the kid strikes out and he hits his bat down. So when that child hits the bat down, he shows me that he's not being resilient. He's not handling his failure very well. So as a coach, what I would do is pull him aside and say, hey, you know what? When you did that, that actually helped the other team. That showed them that they got into your head and you're not being resilient. So to replace that bad habit of hitting the bat down when they struck out would be talking to them and encouraging them the next time to show them, hey, it's okay. I'm going to get it the next time and I'm going to hit the ball the next time. And I'm not going to show them that I'm upset. You can still be upset, but there's ways to handle the different times of when you're going to be resilient. So one of the things I teach my kids is that when you're done and you struck out, you walk away. It's okay. It's done and over with. You're to sit there and focus on forward. You never live in the past. Hi, Earl. How are you today? So I like to have my kids have goals. So let's say their goal is to hit the ball multiple times in a game. And when they reach their goal, they can have a reward and they get to pick the reward. But when they strike out, I don't want to see them hit the bat on the ground. To me, that's a bad habit that we have to place a good habit to teach them resilience. A lot of kids sometimes struggle with being resilient because they feel everyone's putting all this pressure on them and we have to release the pressure. It's all about self-view. And we all also have to keep it in perspective. Like, if your kid is not the all-star kid and you keep telling him he is, he still needs to work for it. So you still have to have action to go along with it, because kids can grow and they can learn and they can be that all-star kid, but it takes action. It takes goals to put in place to be resilient to reach your goal. So they can still meet their goals, they just have to work on it. So the other thing is, when we fail, it's an opportunity to learn. So if you fail in your business and you made a mistake, it's okay, because that mistake's done and over with. You fix it and you move on. That's being resilient. It's the same thing with the kids. When they make errors in school, on tests, sports and everything, their job is to learn what they did wrong, fix it, and move on. That's our job, is to teach them to be resilient. So the other thing is, this is part of life. It's just like with the caterpillar to the cocoon to the butterfly. That's a part of life. Kids need to learn change. This is a very hard time right now, and we are all learning change. I think we all have been through this since March. Like, my business has changed a lot. If I was not resilient, my business would not succeed. If my kids were not resilient, they would have a harder time being at home. They still struggled, but us teaching them to replace the bad habits with good habits is going to make you go a long way. Well, I have to get going, got to get to work, but thanks for watching. Have a good day. Hi, Elizabeth. Bye.